Hello and welcome to the Ordinary Intellect podcast. My name is Christian Johnson, and I'm here with my partner, Eric Atkinson. And let's get this thing started. So, what did you want to talk about first?
Okay, so I was watching YouTube a while ago, and there was an ad, and I want to know what you think of this idea. So it's basically like they put glow sticks around corners and on stairs, so in a power outage you can see where they are. But
Like they're taped to a wall?
no, that's what I mean. They're just kind of like placed around like the edge of the wall and then like the base of the stair. So I feel like if you did that on the stairs, it would be a major trip hazard. Like you would step on that and slide down those stairs.
Wouldn't the glow stick just go out after a while?
Yeah. Also
Like
that
how long
too.
how long does a glow stick realistically last? Like when you're a kid, it lasts like what, 3 or 4 hours? Like, did they make this like new long-lasting glow stick stuff, or
That's what I mean. It was super weird. I was like, at first I was like, oh, that's kind of an idea, and then I was like, that also has many holes in it. Like,
That's stupid.
Definite problems.
It's like stone cold stupid. That's what the.
Yeah, that's what I
color
mean.
were the glow sticks?
I was like, or just use a flashlight or your phone and
I mean, I guess.
pay attention to where the stairs are.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I got a question for you. I'm gonna jump to video games for a sec here. What game have you started that you've always wanted to finish but never did?
Like recently,
Or have yet to finish? Doesn't matter. Anytime.
Kingdom Hearts actually I've never beaten, and I've played that forever.
Any of them?
Any of them, and I have
Nice.
like all of them now, but like I haven't beat any of them. Probably. Actually, Detroit. I haven't finished that yet either.
I never play. I watched stuff on that, and it looked really cool. But I feel like, and I know the whole thing of how there's like so many different endings. It doesn't matter anyways. Like you can watch 15 playthroughs and you still won't get the same stuff. But like honestly, after I watched it, I was like, it's one of those games where I would just rather watch it instead of paying for it and play it myself.
See, that's true, and honestly, the multiple ending thing can be like a lot for certain people. Like, it kind of like they just don't like games like that. Like, it kind of bugs me too, but at the same time, it was just interesting to, like, how it was you go about doing everything. It's that kind of game where I'm gonna walk around and investigate literally everything. So it just took so long, and I'm on like maybe 5 missions in. Like, I need a full day to play it, or I'm not gonna play it.
See, for me, it would have to be something like Red Dead. I never actually ended up finishing yet. Like the second one. I'm like literally like half an hour away, and I just can't bring myself to go back to it. For some reason, I don't know why. Obviously, the fucking Witcher 3. I still want to try to finish at some point, but I think at this point we both know that's never gonna happen.
Yeah, honestly, it's just I don't think I'd ever beat it.
It's such just a crazy game, man. It's so ridiculous.
It's too much.
What else here? I don't know. I was talking about all this the other day. Probably, what else haven't I played or beat?
Have you beaten the original Red Dead?
That might be it. Yeah, like years ago.
Okay, I just want to know if you beat it.
Like years and years and years ago.
Yeah.
Well, this kind of branches off of that. What games have you never played but always wanted to try?
None. Honestly, there isn't a game where I can look at it and be like, I want to try it, but don't want to get it. I'm always like, if I want to try a game, I will definitely get it. Or find a way to get it. I can't really think of one.
For anything? Like, not even, like, just, like, single-player games?
Yeah,
like,
no, single-player games are my favorite. I love story games.
A game that you would... Like, a game that you just, like, wanted to... Like, a game that you've always wanted to be good at but never was. Like, never tried it. Like, Overwatch when it first came out. I thought it'd be. I wanted to try to get into that and play it, but I never did. Like
I
any
don't-
of those like big like huge games that everybody watches and loves, and I don't.
No, because I never like looked at Overwatch and wanted to play it.
I'm just not a competitive video game guy.
I don't know.
I'm not good at video games, so that's why I just play single player.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, me too.
Yeah. What else you got?
Here. The Avengers game, actually. Let's talk about that a little bit. Because we're in the game section already.
Don't get me started.
Thoughts on that? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
So,
Because we've talked a bit about it, but we haven't,
yeah.
actually talked about it.
Where is it? I'm gonna look it up. Like, look up some stuff first.
So, what I've read about it is that it doesn't have an end. They're going to just keep adding content to it. And it's supposed to play like
So,
Destiny.
from what I know, it's you're like 85% right. Where are we here? If this would ever load up. Video games constant updates and okay, yeah.
That and then I've seen
So-
things about like the characters and how they play. The Captain America one plays like the Batman and the Arkham games, so I'd be down for that.
I
any day.
watched the Square Enix's press conference, and I don't know, man. Like, I'm very hesitant towards this game. They showed, I think, like, somebody counted up like 2.5 seconds of like real gameplay and then cut away from it. Like, they showed nothing that wasn't a CG cutscene. So I don't know if that just means that they're not as close as people thought they were at being done it, or if they don't believe people's reactions will be good enough for it. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I hope it's not like too multiplayer-y.
Garbage.
No, like too multiplayer. Like, I'd rather just play as these, like, how do you do, like in GTA, how you can like, how you're going through it, and then you can like, or this GTA single player, how you can switch to the Michael Trevor Franklin. Something like that, with being able to switch to all 5 of them, for me would be perfect. But I don't think that's how they're doing it. So I just don't know, man.
I don't know. I feel like it's gonna be like every other superhero game, though. That's the problem, because they're all really terrible, and it's like video game movies. They're also all bad all the time. So there's probably not a lot of hope for this.
Spider-Man PS4. That's all I have to say to that. It changed everything.
Okay, besides that one.
It changed everything.
Besides
bro.
that one? Yeah, absolutely.
The only
made by different people.
The only superhero video games. Actually, I shouldn't say that. Never mind. I just thought it. Like, okay, so I was gonna say the only superhero video games that have ever been good ever are Spider-Man games, but like obviously not all of them. But then I thought I figured out the Batman, the Arkham series, which is also phenomenal. So those two pretty much. I can't really think of anything else for superhero video games.
Yeah, it's literally just Spider-Man and the Batman games, and they play the same way. Like, they're very similar in their combat and not story, but kind of story, and their mechanics are all similar.
Except Spider-Man swings fucking webs through the city, bro.
And Batman glides with his cape and uses the bat claw to zip around.
Yeah, that's lame though.
So I mean, you know.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It makes, like, I can't say that I'm not hopeful for the game, because I really do want it to be good, but I honestly feel like it's just going to be a Fallout 76. Ouch. Yeah, I said it. I hope it doesn't.
I don't know. I'm probably going to get either.
I hope it doesn't flop that hard, but
no, God.
it has flopped.
I don't think anything will do that.
It has. No, dude, it has. I think this has flop potential. I really do. No matter how much I don't want to say it, it's got flop potential.
Flop, but not as bad.
No, fucking Fallout 76
Th-
crashed and burned. Like, and just blew up in a fiery explosion.
Well, it's because they released a game that wasn't done.
Yeah, it's because my guy, who is it? Todd Howard? Is that guy who is at the, who does the Bethesda press conferences? He was like, yeah, and it's gonna be the best game you've ever played, and it's gonna be this, and it's gonna be that. I was like, oh boy, Todd, don't get anybody's hopes up here. It doesn't look that great, and then it didn't end up being very good at all. So,
No.
not that I played it.
I don't think I've actually heard one positive review about it.
Why would you? The game was a steaming pile of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so see, there are specific areas where you play as a specific hero, but then there are also lots of missions that open up and you can play with any hero. Now, is it going to make you, like, choose before you do the mission, or can you, like, swap in between, is what I want to know.
I feel like it'll be like you start in a hub world and you get to choose like which mission. But if you're playing, like if you, me, and say Dawson play, we get to choose the hero before the mission starts. Kind
Yeah,
of.
see, I want, if I play by myself, to just be able to just fucking flip through them.
Be able to pick any hero.
Like, at any time, like, during the missions even. Like, the LEGO series, how they do it. Or, yeah, like I said, GTA. How I can just swap. But, whatever. I don't know. I really don't know. It's got voice actors.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. It's got really good voice actors. But, other than that.
But not the actual actors, which is what weirds me out. And that they don't look like the movie characters.
Yeah, but did you really expect it to, dude? Like, honestly, did you expect Chris Evans and RDJ to do 300 hours in a booth recording all the possible lines for this? Or Chris Hemsworth with all the shit that they have going on right now? You expect them to sit down for 100 hours in a booth and say lines? Hell
They should.
no.
That's all I'm saying.
Hell no. That's so expensive, dude. God. Like, so many millions of dollars.
But believe me, I know it's expensive.
And it's,
I learned about all this, dude.
yeah, but it's not like, I don't know. It's not like Marvel's paying for this. They're publishing it. Like,
No, I know.
like, this is still on Square Enix and Crystal Dynamics. So, I don't know. Like I said, hope it's good. Don't think it's gonna be, though. Alright. I got one for you. Describe high school in 5 words or less. So we are both 20, or you're about to turn 20. We're both pretty much 20. In our 20th.
5 days.
In our 20th year. So high school was a couple years ago for me. A couple years ago for you. Describe high school in 5 words or less.
So you want me to describe it?
You want me to go first? I can go first.
Well, I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. Describe high school in 5 words or less. Like your experience of high school.
5 words or less. Oh. It wasn't that great. Mediocre.
Is there a fucking comma in there or what?
Yeah. After great. Comma. Mediocre. Period.
Mine would have to be, it could have been better. That's about it. That's all I got. Like, wasn't
honestly
wasn't awful. Wasn't terrible, but could have been better. Like, wish I would have played sports all the way through instead of just 11, 12. But
Yeah, I didn't have that. I didn't do anything for 2 years because everyone hated me a little bit, so it's whatever.
well, like I literally didn't do anything. Yeah, like grade 9 and 10. Like, I bet you, if like I was one of those kids, like when you're walking around in grade 12, and you were like, that kid goes to my school. I've never seen that kid in my life. Like, that was probably me in like grade 9 and 10.
I feel like that was most of us though. Really though, like grade 9 and 10, there isn't much that you're being known for.
Yeah, but there is like a lot. Yeah, but a lot of people that I ended up hanging out with, like in the end, like I'm talking about like on the hockey team, like a lot of those guys would have been the guys that you would have known. Everybody would
I
have
only
known.
knew them because of Tyler though.
No, but I mean like that everybody in the school would have known, even though they were in grade 9.
I don't know.
Like Mooney? You don't think
I
everybody knew Mooney, even though he was only grade 9?
That's because he had a brother.
Yeah, but his brother wasn't that.
He's running on legacy.
His brother wasn't, like, anything real special, really. Like...
Yeah, but still, doesn't matter. You're gonna... Like, I was known by my sister, and because, like, all her friends had little siblings, too, so they all knew about me, too. Right? Like, it's just going off as someone above you. You went in first, so your sister's getting... Can't say your glory, but that's, you know what I mean?
Hey!
Not the word I need. Not the word,
Hey! Yeah, all my glory of really just skating by and doing nothing special. Which is like,
Okay,
which
so
is like
maybe
95.
Maybe your glory.
Well, which is like 95% of everybody else in high school. But you see, like,
Yeah.
you you bear witness to the 1% or the 5% that actually like have like probably like a great high school experience, and you're like, damn, I wish I was them. Or not, maybe not. I wish I was them, but you're like not jealous, but you're like, yeah, that's cool. That's
Envious.
cool. That's cool. Like I'm like,
You're envious.
yeah, like you're never really like I was never really jealous, but I was just like, man, that must be really cool.
I never had a thought like that. I lucked out, honestly. I've never been that person that'll look at someone and be like, man, I wish I was like that.
I'm not.
Like,
I didn't wish I
not
was
me.
them. I was just like,
No, but I know, like...
I was just like, that feeling must be cool. That's it. It was just that feeling must feel cool.
So, you know... Actually, I'm going to ask you this as a question. Greatest piece of advice you've gotten in...
That I've gotten?
Ever. Yeah. Just in high school. Just in high school.
It gets better.
Alright.
Like, honestly, like,
Fair.
simple as that. Like, I was, like, the person I was with at the time, like, or that I was just getting out of at the time. And then, yeah, it got better. It got a lot better. So, it gets better.
Mine came grade 12 year from Mr. Jeff Overeem. And it was me and Dawson were talking to him the one day about the grade 13s and whatever they were doing at the time and the grade 12s before us. And I was like, so how do you think you go about getting a great grade 12 high school experience? And he goes, honestly, it's just what you make of it. I was like, okay, all right, good point.
I got another one.
And my grade 12 year, grade 13, both fantastic. Well, start of grade 12 year, I did knock over 4 people in the hallway, but that was irrelevant at the time.
I got another one.
Sucked that they're all short women,
Well,
but it's whatever.
absolutely, yeah. Well, makes you feel like an asshole when you, especially when you do it on purpose because you're mad you got a bad grade. Anyways.
What?
I'm kidding. God.
You take applied so you don't get bad
Yeah.
grades. Come on.
I got another one. You remember Mr. Harris?
Math teacher?
Yeah, with the long hair, dressed as Dorothy the one year.
looked like Thor.
Yeah. So him and I were like really, really close before he left. Because we were like the same person. It was pretty funny. And we were talking one day, and he literally, like, we were just talking about, I don't even remember it, and he literally looked at me. He was like, dude, Christian.
You're a little bitch.
That's how it started, but eventually he ended up, he just looked at me and he's like, stop giving so much of a fuck about what other people think of you, dude. He's like, and like, I was just like, wow, yeah, I guess so, right? I really do care. And then that was at the end of grade 10, and then grade 11 and 12 were my best 2 years of high school because I stopped caring. I went out for the hockey team because I was like, fuck it, who cares? Made a lot of those are my fondest memories in high school are of grade 12 hockey, probably.
See, I feel like that's not the hockey thing, but that's everybody. Like, the first 2 years, you're just starting out, you don't know what you want to do or what you're doing, and then when you hit, like, 11, 12, and then if you do a victory lap, those are the best 3 years ever. Grade 10 to 11 was when I was babysitting, lost weight, became, like, all my friends and I became better friends, started hanging out with them. 11 to 13, we were just together all the time. Like, it was just those 3 years that you just kind of, like, go through.
Yeah.
You just got to get past the first 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It was just like that was like a real kick in the. I guess that's like really what sparked the reason I started like not hanging out with those guys, but like that's why I'm more close to the hockey guys than I ever was before. Even though I was playing on their hockey team,
Yeah.
like in Ingersoll, like I was actually playing on their team, like their club team, but I was
Yeah.
never really close with them until I actually started playing high school hockey. So
I lucked out. I never had that thing where, like, someone would be like, "Oh, you're an asshole," and I'm like, "Okay, well, how can I change that?" I'm like, "All right, that's your opinion. I really don't care what you think. You'll change it, or I'll get over it either way." I've never had that like
for me, it was
problem. I guess.
I don't know. It was just like a real look at yourself moment when he was like, "Dude, quit being an asshole. Stop caring about what other people think of you." I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, because I never really had like a older person tell me that before, and like someone that I actually looked up to, and I was like, yeah, you're right. But, anyways, here's one that we can piggyback off of that. How to drop out of college.
All right.
Cause
Simple.
yeah, we
You just email the profs and leave.
yeah. So
Done.
Eric and I,
We're both experts.
we are both, well, technically like almost one full year. Well, I did. So right out of high school.
You did a full year.
Right out of high school, I went into electrical engineering. Did a full year of it. Ended up failing one class by 2%, so I was at a 48 in one of my classes, and I needed to get a 50 to move on in my course. And so I emailed my professor, who was a dick, and
Shocking.
oh, and I'll tell you a story after a while, how he was a bad professor. And he didn't email me back. I was like, okay. So yeah, I went to the program coordinator and I emailed him and I was like, hey, there were some outstanding circumstances that didn't really allow me to perform to my best of my abilities in this course, and I'm only failing by 2 points. Is there anything I can do about it so I don't have to so I can move on in the course? And all he emailed me back was, if it were up to me, the pass would be a 60. That was it. And I was like, okay, well, not taking this good. No, I'm dropping out. Fuck this.
So was
So I
that
dropped
like
out.
he would give you a 60, or you would need one to pass?
No, yeah, he said if it were up to me, it would be a 60, to pass. Instead
Oh,
of
so he was also an asshole.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, so about that one prof. So the reason I know he was a bad prof is because that it was one of the it was AC theory, so it was like a really important prerequisite for a lot of other courses. So a lot of people wanted to get really high marks in it. So there was a couple guys that I was hanging around with that had taken the course the year before and passed it and just wanted to get a better grade. And they failed it the second time with this new prof because they had a different prof the first time they took it, and then they got this guy, the guy that I had, and they failed it the second time, and they just went in there to get better grades. What the fuck?
See, you're not a dropout. You finished your year. I dropped out. I was midterms after, week after midterms, second semester, I left.
I mean, yeah, but technically I flunked out.
Yeah, but you didn't drop out.
Well, I flunked.
Still finished a year.
I flunked out.
Yeah, no, I just fucking left. My last day, I went into class because it was a group project, and if I didn't go, they would have lost marks. Played board games we invented, and that was it. Peace out. Last day.
I just want to say, we're not dumb people either.
Well,
we say we both dropped out, or I flunked out, and you dropped out. We're not stupid people. We just went for stuff. We did the whole. Well, no, we did the whole thing where it's like, oh my god, I feel so much pressure, and I don't really know what I want to do. Just pick something. That sounds smart. So I did electrical engineering because I was like, oh, that sounds smart. Sounds like I could make a lot of money from that.
yeah, our situations are different, actually, entirely.
Well, you can explain yours, but that was me.
I was in video game design, right? So I went in thinking oh, I'm gonna do art for the rest of my life and play games and have fun creating stuff. It's Shit you not, first day, the first prof we have goes, yeah, this is cutthroat, so be prepared. I was like, okay, this is a lot. And he just like told stories, and or the other prof was telling stories about how she was like crying all the time at work because of all the stress. And I was like, you know what? I definitely don't want to do this. So I finished the first semester because I was having fun. But
So that's like a big like movies get that really wrong if you're not actually in college. Like there is a lot of like happy fun times, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Like it's not all like you if you wanna go there and fucking party every night and just drink your guts out, you can do that, and you have the opportunity to do that, especially if you live on campus or whatever, like if you are on res. Yeah, like you can party your life away, like your life away if you wanted to. But if you actually want to do well, if you pick a course that's not like a gimme, like I don't know what a gimme course would be, like maybe I've heard communications is pretty easy.
yeah.
Or something like that. I don't know what easy courses are, like what, like off the top of my head, and I don't want to be like, oh, this is easy, and then somebody's like, actually it's really fucking hard, you dumb asshole, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. But you can do that if you want to, but if you're actually going to set yourself up for the rest of your life, you're gonna put in some fucking work, like, and a lot of it.
Oh, I learned that when my first assignment, or second assignment, took me 20 hours to finish a third of it. I had 2 days off, and I literally spent, from the moment I woke up to going to bed, just doing it. It was rough. Well, that and then like another project in between because I was getting bored of what I was doing. But
like I've had multiple professors tell me I'm in semester 2 right now, so by third semester, they said either quit your job or or make sure you only have like 3 hours a week, because every waking moment that you're not in this college, you'll be doing assignments.
yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, no, mine was
Whatever.
awful.
Oh, another thing. Get a fucking tutor if you need help. Get help. Get a fucking tutor. They're the best. It's the best thing I ever did in my entire life. The best thing I ever did in my entire life. The college sets it up for you. You pay literally $5 an hour for this tutor. You pay nothing, or like at least where I'm at, I pay $5 an hour for this tutor. It is a godsend. I would have been again flunked out again because this course is. But I flunked out last time because I didn't give a shit about that course and I hated it. Now I'm just flunking out because it's ridiculously hard. My God, this tutor is a godsend. Get help. Ask for help. If your professors are being assholes, go above them. Go to the help desk or whatever the hell it's called. Like, get help. It has been an absolute blessing for me so far. But anyways, that was that.
Yeah, I lucked out with that. Mine wasn't like, to be fair, mine wasn't like yours is where you have to like sit down and learn everything. Mine was, here's a pen, we're gonna draw a rock today. This is how you draw a rock, and that was it. And like, cool.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's move on.
Do you have anything you want me to?
Oh, I have a couple. Oh, when we were at like Dawson's place the other night, I asked this question. So, I want to know, would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
How?
That's what I said too.
When would make you
You'd freak
not
out
sleep at night?
every day to that day, and then you'd just die. That's what I said too.
Yeah, I don't want to know when. I want to know how, because then I'd probably honestly forget about it after like 2 months.
See, I wouldn't. That's the thing.
Go back to normal life.
But their argument was, theirs is like, well, if you're gonna die in a car accident, you're gonna be afraid to drive. I'm like, no, because anytime I get in a car, that's always a chance I can get in an accident and die anyways, right? So I wouldn't change any of that.
Exactly.
Knowing the day I would freak the shit out of me.
Absolutely.
Ain't about that.
So I say I'm not afraid to die, but that's a very obviously like double-edged sword, because it's not the fact.
Oh, I am. Fuck that.
No, it's not like when I say I'm not afraid to die, it doesn't mean that I want to or that I'm looking forward to it, no matter how much like somebody jokes about it. Like,
you mean
I'm just
we joke about it?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, for me, it's like, if it's out of my control, which it's gonna be, because I'm not that type of person to take my own life. Obviously, like
Yeah.
I'm at a good,
Nah.
really, really good spot in my life right now. I'm feeling really good. I'm doing really well. But if like if something happens, I feel like I've been a nice person. I have a lot of good friends and family around me that I really, really love, and it's just like like again, I'm not okay with it. If it were up to me, obviously I would not. But it's just like, there's like, I don't know. If it's my time to go, it's my time to go. Like, like if it's out of my control, it's out of my control. Is kind of what it is. Like if I like, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. If it's not in my control, it's not in my control.
No,
And
fuck
that there's some things in life that you just can't control, no matter like. And I used to be like a super control freak when I was a kid. I hated driving on the highway with my mom, like even being in the passenger seat. Like I was so paranoid. I hated roller coasters because I was like, oh my god, I used to be so scared of dying. And then one day it was just like, don't live your life in fear of something that you can't control.
See, I've had that thought. Believe me, like I've been there already, and it like I'm not as scared as I was used to be, but I'm still like, if I could do anything to keep myself from dying, we're gonna do everything I can. Not there.
Obvious.
Never gonna do
absolute.
it. That but like life support, would you stay on that?
How fucked up am I?
Can't move at all.
Nah, pull the plug.
See, I'm saying fuck that. I will stay on that support until I become a robot.
At that point, it's quality of life. Like I don't want a poor quality of life either. Honestly, one of my biggest fears in life is going blind.
You know what's actually funny? One of my questions was
That's
biggest
why-
fear, so that worked out perfectly.
Perfect. My biggest fear in life is going blind. Like that's one of like I can't touch my own eyes. I don't like anything getting near my eyes. My eyes are my everything. I'd go deaf. I'd go mute. I'd go. You can take my fucking arm. Don't take my eyes away from me. That's my everything.
See, I don't know.
My eyes are my everything.
Mine's
man.
my mind.
I hate stuff like ugh.
I don't want to get dementia or. Oh my god, what's the other
Again,
one?
quality of life. Pull the plug. Dementia. See you later. Pull the plug.
Alzheimer's. Jesus Christ, that was a good time to forget that. Wow. Fuck. No,
Awkward.
that freaks me out. Like, dying and forgetting not even just who I am, but like who everyone else is around me scares the shit out of me. Can't do it. I would go blind, deaf, and dumb. As long as I remember people.
Well, I'm already dumb, so I'm 1/3 of those.
Well, now we're talking about living. I have another question. Live one life that lasts 1,000 years, or live 10 lives that last 100 years?
10 lives that last 100.
Why?
Because 1,000 years, you're gonna see all the people you love and care about die, probably over 10 times over.
But so you'll do that living the same 10 years. You're gonna.
It's not the same 10 year. It's not the same 10 lifetimes. It's 10.
But it's 10.
I'm assuming in this question that I reset my entire mind throughout. At least I can live 10 different lifetimes. Then I can.
Actually, no. Technically, your mind would reset, but you're still losing.
Then absolutely.
Those people. Either way.
But I don't know. But if it's the 1,000 years, I still have all that guilt in the back of my mind that I outlived all these people so many. Like I know if I'm 500 years in, I don't want to make any more friends because I don't want to get close to people because I don't want to remember them dying too. Because I know I have so many more years than them.
See, that doesn't bother me.
That's where I'm at. That's like when I asked Ethan, if Ethan had a superpower, his would be eternal life.
Mine too.
That's fucking
I don't care.
ridiculous to me.
Honest to God, I've said this to people and they're like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm like, alright, don't believe me. If the only way I could be invincible is if I had to kill 5 people that I know, you're going. Like, I'm gonna do it. Bye, guys.
I couldn't, dude. I don't care enough to live that much long. Like,
oh, I do.
I don't care enough, dude. I don't.
So what would your superpower be? Because that's also a question I have on here.
Fuck. I've thought about this so much. Honestly, teleportation would be pretty lit. Just to skip traffic, be able to go anywhere I want.
Not only
as soon
skip
as I
traffic,
want.
just get there in a second. You just cut down time entirely. Yeah, that'd be cool.
You just get more time to spend with people, or
Not stay in
like
traffic.
literally anything. Like it's literally just like, again, quality of life. Like
Fall asleep while driving.
you could cut out like vehicles completely. Money for planes if you want to go on a trip.
See, but I like flying.
Yeah, so do I. I don't mind it at all, but I just mean like the time and the money.
Yeah, you would save thousands upon thousands of dollars, but still.
Like mine, like when I think of superpower, mine's not like saving the world stuff, because there's no such thing as supervillains. I'm assuming if I have superpowers.
Well, if you have a power, then someone else also has powers.
Yeah, but I'm not
Just
because
you're gonna be but just because you're gonna be good with yours doesn't mean someone's gonna be good with theirs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm not a hero. I don't look at myself as a hero.
I don't know.
You know what I mean by that? Like I'm not.
Kind of. Kind of.
I don't know, like people can say all they want, like, oh, I would step up and I would save the world and everything, but until you're in that situation where you're like, it's life or death, and you choose to just toss a coin and flip it and see what happens with your own life by trying to save somebody else's, then you really don't know how you're going to act in that situation.
See, but I feel like certain people can say that because I'm going to a career where that's my job. You know what I mean? So I can probably
understand
be like,
that.
I would put my life in front of someone else's to save them, kind of thing.
But you're not in that career yet, so you wouldn't know. You don't know what you're going to do yet. You don't know what your fight or flight deep down. You can say as many times as you want that you're going to do something, but until your fight or flight reacts fight, you don't know what's going to happen. It's something that you can't think of prior, because you never know. It's just a bodily, like it's just a thing that you either have in your mind or you don't.
So now I want to ask you this. Flight or flight, do you think it changes situation to situation, or each person is either one or the other no matter the situation?
No, absolutely, it depends. If it's my family member compared to some random fucking person on the street, I'm gonna act completely differently. If I walk by a burning building and I know my mom's in there, or if I know somebody random's in there, I am going to act two completely different ways.
Okay, how about this though? Your mom, or a full stranger family, but like mom, dad, and kid. You picking your mom, or you picking the three?
My mom.
See, I don't know. Don't look into that like I hate my mom or anything, but like I look at it as
I'm sorry,
like,
man. Family's so different from me. And I would assume whoever that person's family was, they wouldn't choose my mom.
No, but that's only one person.
There's something completely different to me personally, anyways, when it comes to family, man.
Yeah. See, I don't have that. That's not my thought process. Mine is I can save 3 lives instead of 1, so I'm gonna do the 3.
If it was 3 random lives versus 1 random life, 3 random lives. If it's 3 lives compared to my mom or my girlfriend or you, or like, I'm going to pick, like, that's just how I'm wired.
See, now
loyalty, bro.
Now
loyalty.
I feel bad because I feel like I would pick the 3 no matter who.
I'm mega super loyal. That's just kind of who I am.
Oh, so am I, but I also feel like you guys know me enough that like I'm gonna help the more people I can versus the 1. Like that's how just my brain functions.
Yeah, I'm really family oriented, man. Like that's my family. There's something different happens in my brain where it's just that's family, dude.
How much pain are you in right now from yesterday?
Oh my fucking god! I was gonna tell you this, dude. From my tits to my waist is just my back, my core, my fingers hurt. Like my actual fingers. By the way, we went to the fucking driving range yesterday, like golfing, and we were there for like what 45 minutes probably.
Enough that I sweat all of the liquid out of my body for sure.
Yeah, like literally 45 minutes. Like we hit it was a medium-sized bucket of balls we hit. I am in so much pain today. It is unbelievable.
Mine is weird because mine's not like where I thought it would be. Mine's my neck and my hamstring.
Honestly, you saying that, and I just bent my neck. My neck is fucking killing me too. But mine, like my abs, like my core, are on fire. My back is a little sore. My neck's sore, and my fingers, dude. My fingers are honestly like really sore.
Yeah, no, my back feels fine. Anyways.
Yeah, I don't know why my fingers hurt so bad. Anyways, I got one.
You were gripping the club hard.
I was having to. Dude, my hands were so sweaty, I almost threw that thing like 14 times. You saw! Every time I'd go to take a swing, one of my hands would just fly off the club, and I would only have one hand on the club. My whole wrist is all cut up. Anyways, yeah, golfing's hard. Oh, God. Anyways, anybody who says golf's for pussies, you got to go to the driving range and hit a bucket of balls. See how you feel the next day. There's like two questions that like go back to back off each other.
Okay.
So the first one is, what do you love about living in Canada?
This is gonna be a generic answer, but free healthcare.
Anyways, we're from Southern Ontario.
Taken for
Southern
granted.
Ontario.
You've said Ingersoll. I'm pretty sure they could just figure it out. But anyways,
well, nobody knows where the fuck Ingersoll is.
Yeah, but anyways, whatever. I feel like the free healthcare. It's very under like. Everyone's like, oh, it's just whatever, but like...
Yeah, what about the fact that you have to wait like 6 months for a surgery?
That's whatever. I've been through 15 surgeries, I'm used to that. That's nothing. As long as I'm not paying $50,000 to get my head scanned, I'm okay with it.
Alright. Nah, it's respectable,
Respectable.
What do I love? Dollar beers, baby! No, I'm kidding.
Except I hate that man.
Yeah, that guy's a freak. What do I love about living in Canada? Off the top of my head, it's real pretty.
That was the other thing. It is really beautiful.
It's just really pretty. Alright, well, piggybacking off of that, what do you hate about living in Canada?
I mean, this is in most countries. I don't like that we don't include the tax in the price tag. That bugs the shit out of me.
That's not exclusive to Canada.
No, that's what I mean. That's not just Canada. That's basically everywhere but Europe, but still.
That shit doesn't count. That doesn't count.
They're smart.
That doesn't count.
I also like how Finland doesn't pay for college, but their tax is 26, but I would take that anyways.
I wouldn't. That's fucking retarded.
Honestly, well, I guess this is everywhere too, but like the temperature change. It's so drastic now.
Guess what mine was?
Probably the cold.
No, mine was... It's either hot as nuts or cold as balls.
As cold, yeah.
It's ridiculous. There's no in between. There's an in between stage for about 2 weeks where it's like holy shit, it's nice.
It's like
out.
21. It's like, oh, thank God.
And then it's like, oh, it's 66 degrees Celsius, by the way, not Fahrenheit. It's 66 with humidity right now. Oh, that's perfect. Thanks. Let me just, like, you take one step outside and you're like, because you can't fucking breathe because it's so hot out.
Asthma, so.
Or like 4 months later, it's negative 30 million fucking degrees outside, and you step outside, and oh wait, you open the door and you can't step outside because there's 5 feet of fucking snow on the door.
And then the wind hits you in the face, and it just fucking hurts because it's so goddamn cold.
It's ridiculous, man.
You think it's gonna be like a normal cold temperature, so you just wear a sweater, and then you step outside and it cuts through your sweater, like on those walks to school? That was rough.
That's what I don't like.
Yeah, temperature bugs me.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
That was the question. Where would you travel in Canada?
East Coast. I've already been out to the West Coast. I want to go to the East Coast. Like Newfoundland, PEI, Nova Scotia. That's honestly where I honestly I wanna live there.
In PEI.
That's where anywhere East Coast. That's where I wanna live, eventually. It's probably not gonna happen because if I stay with my girlfriend, it's not gonna happen because she wants to stay around here because of family. Yeah. But if it were up to me and only me, I'd probably be going out to the East Coast.
I want to go to BC. I luck out. I get to at some point, but like.
Yeah, you'll really like it. It's really nice.
I like mountains though. Mountain ranges are honestly one of the most beautiful things to me.
Yeah, you'll love it. It's awesome.
Place you want to go most in the world?
Can it be somewhere I've already been?
Yes. Yeah.
I want to go back to Cinque Terre, Italy. That was my favorite place on earth.
Fair.
Cinque Terre, Italy. It is.
Europe's just really beautiful though.
Like you feel like you're on a mountainside, so you get that part. It looks like a town, like it looks like a town at a fucking Mamma Mia in Greece, or Mamma Mia's in Greece,
Never
right?
seen
Like
it.
that movie set in Greece.
Never seen it.
God, I probably just sounded really dumb. Anyways, it's got like, it's like an old, like so what it is there's like a train that takes you along a mountain range, and there's 5 little cities along the mountain range, and yeah, I went there on a school trip, and it's my favorite place on earth I've ever been, and I will be going back.
And your school trip didn't give you anxiety attacks, so bonus.
Honestly, that or Greece. I want to go to Greece too.
Mine's Mount Everest.
Fuck that.
I don't know. I would love.
Honestly,
to be at the
I just
top
saw a
of it.
story. No. I just saw a story the other day that was how disgusting Mount Everest
Oh,
is,
yeah,
with all the human feces. Like,
It's not really
because
that.
everybody just
It's the dead
everybody
bodies
just
on the
shits and
garbage they leave.
everybody just shits and pisses all over the place, and it's not even that expensive to climb it. Dude, there was a picture of a line. Have you seen the picture of the line up to the top, up to the summit of it?
Maybe.
One sec. Let me look this up. Line to Mount
Probably, yeah. I
Everest.
learned about it in school at one point.
You should see this fucking... No, like, it's a recent picture. Yeah, look at some of these. Good lord. Let me see if they'll send...
I don't know. Either way, I think being at the top of that would be one of the coolest things. Yeah, I know about that. There's so many people that try to do it now.
Like, it's not even that hard anymore.
No, there's 2 paths. There's like the easy beginner one, and then there's like a harder one.
Oh, and you get, like... you get, like, guides that carry all your shit and do everything for you. Like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it'd be super dope to just be at the top of that. Like, looking at that now just looks amazing.
Doesn't do anything for me.
Oh, I love it. That, and then going back to Prague. Prague is really nice.
I only have one more.
Actually, I got one more thing to add to that one, too. It's super weird, but I would like to go to Auschwitz again. Just because, like, the different tour guides tell different stories. So that was very interesting. But
Yeah. Well, my last question is, what are some movies that made you really think, even after the movie ended, like long after the movie ended?
What do you mean,
like,
really
could
think?
be for, like, but like just like you couldn't get the movie, like the ending or whatever, out of your head for like weeks.
Originally Infinity War when it ended, just because it left on such a hanger.
Nah.
Endgame because it wrapped everything up really nicely. It was just a cute ending. But that movie's just always in my head at this point.
But I mean like more like mind fucks.
I don't know. I haven't really watched movies like that. Like, I have a list right now, and in it is Shutter Island and Inception. And I know how Shutter Island ends already, but I still want to see it. Actually, you know what? American Psycho. American Psycho
I've
was
never
so
seen that.
confusing at the end. I didn't get it at all.
Yeah. Put another movie on there because I'm about to blow your mind. It's called Oblivion.
The Skyrim
It has
game?
Tom Cruise. No, but it has Tom Cruise in it. And it'll fuck your entire year up. I was like, well, I shouldn't really say that. I was like 14 when I watched it, and I was like, holy fucking shit, what just happened? So I probably, if I watched it now,
watch
would
it
be
now,
like,
you
oh,
could
okay.
Point everything out.
But it was crazy, and I really liked it, and it seemed like a good movie. Actually, what's it got on like Rotten Tomatoes? It's probably like a 5% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It'll be a 78, 79 usually.
It has a 7 on IMDb, but a 55 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
It's got Morgan Freeman, Tom Cruise. I don't know. It was I really liked it, honestly. Really, really liked it.
I don't know.
And I saw it at the drive-in, so.
I can't really think of a movie that like broke me apart from American Psycho just because of its ending. But like, I don't know.
Anyways, that was the end of my questions.
All right. Well, I have a couple more.
All right, let's rapid fire these. We've been going for a while.
We're almost at an hour. It's fine. Have 3 feet or 3 hands?
Hands.
Yeah, honestly.
Easy. I already have 3 legs. Wink. Go ahead.
I don't even want to dignify that joke with a response. Oh, my computer just went to sleep. Okay, we're back. Live without music or TV?
TV. I barely watch it anyways.
That's-
Do I still get like YouTube and the internet?
Yeah, because it's not TV. You can't
Yeah,
watch
so
Netflix.
fuck TV. I don't care. I barely watch it anyways.
Yeah, that's what I say too. I'm usually watching YouTube or listening to music anyways.
Dude, music is my life. Like, I love music.
If you could travel in time, when would you go? Either forward or backwards?
Backwards.
You too? Yeah.
Forward's scary. Actually, well, not like, but I wouldn't go like crazy far back. Maybe not backward. I don't know.
You
Like
can't-
backwards in time just seems.
You can't change anything.
Backwards
if
in-
that's what you're worried about.
No, I'm not gonna change anything. But backwards in times just seems like super counterproductive for having the technology to be able to travel through time. It just seems really counterproductive to go backwards. But I don't know.
I would like to because I think it'd be cool. Just like to see the stuff that we like learn about in history. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd like to go to like the 50s because like that's my vibe, man. I love that aesthetic. I love 50s aesthetic so goddamn much.
Okay,
It's
so
ridiculous.
I'll ask you this one too because we asked this one. If you were to be reborn, would you rather be born in the past or the future?
How far? Either way.
You get to choose.
Honestly, I think I really liked when I was born, to be honest with you. I think we got a really, really good time because we still got like some of like we still got a lot of like the like
90s
the
stuff.
where it was like, yeah, I didn't want to see 90s stuff like per se, but like we were told to like play outside, like
We got like the 80s, 90s lifestyle, but with like the technology of this year.
exactly, because like all the kids nowadays, like they all have like iPads when they're like fucking 4.
Dude, I saw a 7-year-old
and all
walks
that
out
shit.
of the gas station with an iPad the other day. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like that. Well, it's not like what are you doing? Because that's just kind of how it's going now. Like I'm not angry at parents like, for doing that because that's just like everybody has to adapt with the times somehow.
I'm angry that those parents let that 7-year-old walk outside with that iPad, but I mean,
But like, yeah, like I still did like obviously the thing that everybody else does or used to as a kid, where it was like
Eat dirt.
just like no, but it was like just go out on your bike and spend 8 hours a day on your bike just biking around a small town.
love that. One
Like
of my
that's
favorite
all we
things.
did. Yeah, that's all we did. Like that's all I did, and I just really like that. I really like when I was born. I do. I'm a big fan of the '99.
I feel like if we were just a couple years earlier, I think that'd be cool. Like 95.
On it, like anything from like early, mid, late '90s to like
Yeah.
super early 2000s, like 2000, maybe 2001. That's it. That's it.
The other ones I have are actual questions, so I don't really want to ask you those. And then biggest pet peeve.
I don't know. Everybody like that's such a cliche question.
Yeah,
but, like,
absolutely.
I don't fucking know. I have so many. Like honestly, I just fucking hate everything. Like I'm not even kidding. Like I literally hate everything.
Oh, sorry, this was the other one. Be able to detect any lie you hear or get away with any lie.
Oh, see, get away with any lie is just so scary because I feel like I would just be such a bad person if I knew I could get away with anything.
See, I'd like to detect any lie.
Yeah, but I also like don't care enough to like want to know if people are lying to me or not. Like, I don't really give a
not
fuck.
just to you, but to other people about stuff.
Again, I just don't
Nah,
give a fuck.
I do. I like knowing shit.
I don't give a shit either. I don't give a shit either way for that one. I guess probably detect lies because I feel like getting away with any lies would just turn me into a really bad person.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't think like for the whole good and evil part would just be like, oh, I'm gonna like totally use this to like manipulate every single person my entire life.
All right, good point.
It would get crazy really fast for me if I could get away with any lie. And I'd like to think that I'm a pretty good person.
What would you name your kid if you had one?
Finn. Finn.
You'd name him Finn?
Yes.
Both genders? Both genders Finn?
No. Male. Finn.
All right.
Girl, Riley. Girl, Riley. I'm not having... You know how it's funny? I'm not even... I don't plan on having kids, but I have names picked out for both genders.
So do I. I don't want them either.
What are yours?
We're going to make fun of this one, but Odin for sure. Either first or middle name.
That is...
Doesn't matter.
Dude, I would beat the fucking shit out of your
but
kid.
I don't know. I like it. Odin or Dean?
I'm not even kidding.
To be fair, Dean.
I would beat the shit out of both of your kids. Oh my god.
And then...
Your kid would get the shit kicked out of him.
I don't really have a girl name. Because I don't want to, like, pick one...
Girl names are hard,
Yeah,
I feel.
especially because we are friends with a lot of people, and I don't want to name them, like, after someone else.
We have a lot of, like, people in our friend group are girls.
That's what I mean. Like, I don't want to name them a same name as, like, one of our friends, like Carissa or Nicole, Amber.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we have a lot of, like, I know, like, I'm friends with a lot of girls. Guys are douchebags. I'm friends with a lot of girls.
Oh,
Girls are really nice people.
absolutely.
Well, girls are douchebags too, but usually only to other girls.
Yeah,
And the ones that we're friends with are really nice. I really like our friends.
I do too.
Boys and girls. I really like our
Yeah,
friends.
we have a pretty solid friend group, to be honest.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh. Do you trust girls more than guys?
I don't trust anyone.
All right.
Everybody can be an asshole. It doesn't matter your gender. Anybody can be an asshole.
I would trust a girl more.
Nah. Anybody can be an asshole, dude. It's all about who you are inside. Not your. It's not about what you got in your pants. It's who you are inside.
No, it's not like that at all.
Quote that. By the way, that was fucking gorgeous.
Timestamp.
It's not about what you got in your
Timestamp.
pants.
Let's go.
It's not about what you got in your pants. It's who you are on the inside. Christian Johnson, 2019.
Me, like, telling someone something, I'd prefer telling a girl over one of the guys. I don't know. They're just understanding.
Sometimes.
But hey, that's just me.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I have a couple more, but we can leave them for a different day. Because
It doesn't matter.
they're
to me.
not like questions, they're like topics.
I mean, I'm having a great fucking time, so.
Yeah. Yeah, this was fun.
I don't really care if we go over or not.
Okay, well then this is the last like question.
Okay.
Would you be able to stop? So hold on, before I say this, I was watching YouTube last night, and then it like auto played an episode of what the fuck am I trying to say? Firewatch. You ever watch that game or play it or whatever?
Firewatch. Is that one where it's like the weird art aesthetic kind of thing?
It looks like Team Fortress 2 kind of.
Yep, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking
So-
of. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It's so fucking old. I guess it doesn't count as a spoiler, but spoiler if you haven't played it. You start off and it tells you like a story about like your main character, and
Okay.
like it's like, oh, you meet this girl in a bar, you start dating, you become boyfriend, girlfriend, you get married, whatever. She develops Alzheimer's and actually dementia, early dementia at the age of like 40. She's like 41. She's completely gone. But you get an option in the game, and it's either you take care of your wife yourself, or you put her in a full 24-hour care home. So my question is, would you be able to stop your entire life to take care of someone if they medically needed it?
Going in a home.
Even if it was like your girlfriend.
Like if they had complete dementia.
Like right now. If she came home from work and goes, I have to go to the hospital on medical leave because they think I have dementia, would you stop everything to take care of her?
I'd put her in a home, but I would still do everything in my possibility. Like I feel like the people who could help her in a home are better equipped than
Yeah.
like of dealing with this than I am.
Yeah.
Would I see her every single day? Yes.
Yeah.
Would I spend as much time with her as I could? Yes. Would I still do anything for her? Yes. But does that mean I want to take full responsibility for taking care of her? No.
All right, I'll give you that. That's fair. I don't know. I feel like I would try at least my best for a while, and then if I couldn't do it, I'd put them in a home, and then or her in a home, I guess, and then go visit her.
Slap the bitch in a home and don't think twice.
But,
Move on.
Also, now we're just talking about homes. Have you ever like used this as an argument against your mom and said like you're gonna put them in a home? Ever?
Like,
when you come of age, I will put you in a home. Like,
yeah, like it's that, not like, oh, you better watch out or I'll put you in a home right now. Like, no, she's like
no,
50.
that's what I
Like,
mean.
She's
like,
not going in a home. But like, oh yeah, that bitch is going in a home.
when you become of
like, as
age,
soon
I
as
will
you
put
can.
you in a home.
Yeah, but I mean it though.
One of the
like,
greatest lines.
I'm telling the
of
truth. I'm telling the truth though. Like, she's going in a home. Like, if she thinks she's gonna like live with, like, I don't know, like,
Oh, your mom would not need to live with you. She'll be fine.
I admire the people who like can like live with their mom, like they're like, or like take care of their mothers even when they're, and I'm sure like obviously like my perspective will probably change. Like, I'm young now, so my perspective will probably change as she
definitely.
gets older. And but like at this point right now, yeah, she'd go in a home, and I would pay for it if I could. Like, obviously, like if I'm equipped to pay for it, I would pay for it, and then I would just go see her.
There's also the very likely option. Not a lot of people have to go in homes, to be fair, but like that she just doesn't need to go. You know what I mean? Like, my great-grandfather's 95 right now, and he volunteers at the hospital and plays golf and plays clarinet. Like, he's just out there doing his own thing.
Yeah. Some people are fucking animals, dude. No matter what the age, some people are crazy. Anyways,
All right.
I think that just about wraps it up for episode
A little
number
bit.
1.
Yeah, that was like I would expect, just everywhere, but every topic.
Yeah, and it went for way fucking longer than we thought it would. So
No,
We
know
were
what?
like-
I kind of thought it'd be an hour.
we were like, we'll probably run out of shit to talk about like half an hour in.
Yeah, but the problem is I know both of us, and we can both just talk our asses off no matter what, especially to
Yeah,
each other.
no.
So like,
Yeah, no, it was fun. That was good.
I did enjoy it. Yeah.
So yeah, well, there is episode 1 of Ordinary Intellect. I've been Christian Johnson, and he's been Eric Atkinson.
That's it.
And we'll see
Butcher
you
it.
guys next time. Yeah, well, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. See ya.